Bear here. It has been a while since I posted anything. I've been playing a lot of Division 2. So I thought I'd try to throw something together. Um, just for fun, I've been playing with some randoms every now and then with some of these legendary missions. And some of what I've noticed is just that people are kind of struggling with being able to get a build that really works or that are efficient. I had a couple of missions where, not because I'm some special player, but just because my build was right. At the end of the legendary mission, it was on Roosevelt. I had like 100 plus kills. The next closest guy had 100 kills or had 50 kills. Um, and it's not doing anything crazy special. It's just having the right build. So what I wanted to do is just show everybody a really quick and easy. This should be about 10 minutes, maybe at the most, um, on how to put together a really quick drone build that makes life so much easier. It's a drone and turret build. So let's just do it. Let's go rock and roll. But basically, considering everything right now, it'd be cool to have this press conference come from the White House. um, all right, so a couple of things that we're gonna do. Your drone and turret allow you to do some stuff that they do a whole lot of damage if you build it right. And it's really relatively easy. First thing we need to do is let's create a brand new loadout. So we're going to call this one the quickie. You know what? Let's just call it quick. This is just our quick drone build. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go into the specialization of tactician. The reason that we're going to go into tactician is that it gives us skill damage, but in addition to that, it gives us an extra skill tier, which when we get to a more advanced version of this, will make it better. I am going to be using the capacitor, so I want to make sure that ARs are marked up. And actually, I'm going to be using pistols for other stuff with this build, so I want to make sure pistols are marked up. Otherwise than that, probably shotguns, because I do like to use a Scorpio shotgun. You don't have to have any of this stuff yet, by the way. There's lots of other alternatives, and we'll go through that. If you haven't used this tactician build before, build before, it's pretty easy. Just go through the steps to go get it. But some of the important things that you're going to get, this is somewhat cool. The Faraday field. Party members within 5 meters of your deployed skill. Obviously, you can read it. They're immune to shock and disruption. That's not going to happen a lot, but doesn't hurt. Phone 15% bonus armor while you're throwing or aiming a skill. It doesn't hurt to have. Again, nothing crazy, but it's cool. This is a key part here, though. You either get overclock CPU, which gives you plus 10% CPU skill damage, or you can get plus 10% healing. Really your choice, but I don't know. I've never used anything except for the skill damage because obviously we want as much damage as possible. The above options, again, like we mentioned, skill tier. It is nice because this does about an extra 12% damage to drones, skill, proxies, and robotics. So any of those dogs or whatever else, as a tactician, you're able to do 12% more damage to these guys once you rank it up. The armor kit, I'm never really worried about, but it also applies to any skills that are within 10 meters. You'll build them up. The Artificer Hive and the mods that come with that particular hive are actually pretty darn cool. If you run, let's say you want to be a support player, you're running with a couple of guys that are running skills. You decide to throw this on. This is going to give them a boost as it shows there. Again, it actually gives them a pretty good boost in damage. If you wanted to, you're sacrificing obviously one of your 2 skills to do that, and this is a pure skill build, but whatever. So let's just start out now. So this guy right now, obviously, if we go and we're going to want to equip, not clothing, I'm going to hit the right buttons here in a minute. We are going to equip the assault turret. And we are going to equip the assault drone. As you can see right now, my assault drone is doing 23,000 damage. My turret is doing 39,000 damage. And it's because I have no skill tiers going on whatsoever. So what we need is we need a quick way to be able to do this. Now I'm going to be building all of these pieces. The reason I'm going to build all these pieces is I have them all. I just want to do a quickie build so that you guys can see kind of what's there. I could also go see if anything is available to buy, but let's just build it so that we have it. We're going to make it real simple. We're going to build a piece of hardwired, craft it. Now we've got our mask, and I don't care what the mask has got on it. We're going to build a holster. Again, hardwired. This is not the end-all, beat-all, by the way. This is a way to do this way better. Or that's more efficient, but not nearly as quick. You're going to see within a few minutes I'm going to have a build kind of ready to go here. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put on some Hana-U. Well, you know what? Let's do our Wyvernware chest piece first. This is just how I do it. You can do it differently and put the Hana-U if you have a Hana-U piece somewhere else or whatever. But we're going to want 2 Hana-U and 2 Wyvernware. But let's build a Wyvernware and see if we can get anything that's got some skill damage on it. Status effect and Gunslinger. Nah. We'll roll 1 or 2 more for the heck of it. Well, skill haste and skill damage, that's a home run right there. I don't care that it says 5%. Now I want a backpack, and I want a Hana-U backpack. Preferably with some skill damage on it. Combined arms is good enough for me. I'll take combined arms on there. But I'm going to roll a second one just because I'm hoping to get skill damage so I can show you the difference between skill damage and... Well, there we go. Actually, it's already got tech support on it too. That's perfect. We're going to equip that. I'll explain why I'm doing these things in a second too, by the way. Hana-U gloves, and all these Hana-U gloves need to have on them is going to be some skill damage. I wouldn't mind if it had that armor repair, so I'm not hating that one. Getting some really terrible rolls here, by the way. Status effect you definitely don't want. Doesn't get much better than that. We'll take that in a heartbeat. So, with everything that we've just picked up, what have we done? We now have a 3-piece Hana-U. I'm sorry. We have a 3-piece hardwired. The reason we have 3-piece hardwired is 15% skill haste and, more importantly, 15% skill damage because of those 3 pieces we throw on real quick. Nothing else really matters. We'll take the skill damage and we're going to crank that up in a minute. 2 pieces of Hana-U. The reason is we get skill haste and skill damage. And then a Wyvernware chest piece to get the skill damage, 10% skill damage. See where this is going? We're getting skill damage on top of skill damage on top of skill damage. But that took me all of a few minutes. And actually, let's get rid of some of the junk that we picked up. I scrap stuff a lot, so just so I have the raw materials. I do like the combined arms in there, but that's alright. We're going to get rid of it. Next thing we're going to want is to have, well, a pistol, obviously. Wouldn't hurt us if we have the right pistol. Which you could make, where you could check some of what's out there available. Hopefully you have a bunch of stuff that's available. Quite honestly, what we really need is we need a pistol that's got in sync on it. I'm checking the list right now. There's a website, rubenalmania.mx, that posts every week what all the vendors have for sale, which is really pretty darn cool. Because you can find what you're looking for without having to fight for a whole lot. You don't have to hit all the vendors. You can just peek at what he's showing you is for sale. And it makes it pretty easy. So bear with me here. I'm just peeking real quick to see if I can find anything exciting. Nope. Nothing exciting. So, here, let's do this. This, basically the pistol I'm using now. It's got perpetuation on it. We're going to change perpetuation over to Wait for it. Where is it? In sync. Because as we go to use our turrets, every once in a while we're going to want to proc in sync. And when you proc in sync on this build, it looks crazy because your whole bottom of your screen gets filled up. But hitting an enemy gets 15% skill damage for 5 seconds, and hitting them with your skills gets you weapon damage for 5 seconds. So doing them both doubles the buff. So let's just put in sync on our pistol just so we have it. Now confirm. Now, typically what I would recommend on this build as well is to run capacitor. Or what's a little bit easier to find is, let's just pretend now for the test subject. Actually, what's a lot of fun is if you run test subject and you run the Scorpio, or you're going to see a lot of damage out of that. And then, let's go over to the bench and just roll some of this stuff up so we get our skill damage up. So the mask, I want to change that over to skill damage. We're almost done here, by the way. I'm going to go down on the firing range in a few minutes and show you why we did what we did. That has skill damage already on it, so we can roll a little bit of skill haste. There's another variation of this, obviously, as well, and I'm going to be throwing that video out in a little bit. Did we put them on too? How about that? We put them on too. Okay. Skill damage. Let's go to our backpack, which has already got tech support. Now, here's an interesting choice for you, right? There's two different choices. You can use tech support. Tech support's really nice, especially if you're playing solo, because every time with tech support, every time that you get that your skills get a kill, you get a boost in damage. It's not going to tell us because we're already in that menu. So tech support's kind of nice because if you're getting kills, you get a 25% boost in your skill damage for 20 seconds every time your turret or your drone gets a kill. That's pretty awesome. But what you could also do, if you prefer, is you can switch that over to combined arms, which basically gives you the same thing. It's just it gives you 25% skill damage for just shooting. So the difference really would be, if it's just me solo, the tech support's really pretty easy. I can sit back and drink my coffee while my stuff kills everything. Sorry about that phone call. But with combined arms, I actually have to shoot while things are going on in order to raise up my damage. But if you're playing in a group, it may be better to have a little bit of combined arms. You just put yourself at risk a little bit more. With the tech support, it makes it a little bit easier. So let's just keep tech support on there for now. And on the chest piece, we did get skill haste and skill damage, but we've got tag team. I really want to roll that to kinetic momentum. This is going to give us an extra stacks increase your total skill damage by 1%, and skill repair, who cares, but up to 15% per stack, or stacks per skill. So you're going to see it as we sit there. You're going to see that proc up. So let's throw that on there as well. And I just got real lucky with these rolls. But again, you guys will notice that we did this pretty darn quick. Hey, Akraf, how are you, buddy? So this is a really quick down and dirty. Notice I haven't even put on any mods for the for skill haste or anything. I'm not really worried about skill haste. I don't care how long it takes me to get my turret back. Currently it takes 15 seconds, which is pretty darn quick. If I put on some skill haste, I'll get it back even faster. Actually, as of today, if you run over to Benitez over in, or not Benitez, but if you run over to New York, which I would do for you, but I'm on a PS4, so it takes you too long to load, you'd get armor on kill mods. Actually, you know what? There's been a vendor reset, So we may have some armor on kill mods somewhere else closer. Let's take a look. Actually, yeah, you know what? Let's have some fun with this. Skill haste is not really important when you're using these two pieces. It is nice to get your pieces back a little bit faster, but it's not really the end of the world. 15 seconds to get a drone back. Really, I don't need it that much. So, let's get our skill duration, armor on kill. We're going to want... well, we're going to need some money first. How about that? We got anything left in the watch? I burned through my watches the other day, so I don't even know if I have anything left on here. Oh, I do. Claim a little bit of money. I have 4 characters, so I just ripped through them all pretty quick. So defensive medding. 1, 2, 3.
Thanks for doing business.
So what I'm going to do is give myself a little bit of survivability. For gear mods, we're on kill. Armor on kill. Armor on kill. Well, by the way, this is being broadcast live, but if you wonder why it's being broadcast live, it's because it's the easiest way for me to upload a video pretty quickly. So, let's take a look at the video just so I can tell. It doesn't even tell me how long I've been running. Yeah, it does. We're at about... Actually, my bad. We're at about 16 minutes. Alright, I'm Italian, I talk a lot, whatever. But I'm doing this all live for you so you can see. Oh, by the way, we now have a turret that does 122,000 damage, and a drone that does 75,000 damage. Yeah, aircraft, I realized you can change the gunner and grab and get the 10% armor on kill. But if you do that and you change the gunner to get the 10% armor on kill, as I mentioned earlier, sorry guys, we have a comment in the middle of this, so just reacting to that. If you do that aircraft, you lose the 10% skill damage. So I don't want to lose that 10% skill damage. I want to keep that 10% skill damage because that makes this build hit a little bit stronger. So just as a, well, you know what, let's keep it on normal. I'm going to bring this guy in a little bit closer to just there. Now you'll notice at the bottom you see the 2 microphones. That's my kinetic momentum. That's everything charging up for what's going on. But let's just take a look at what this turret does to this guy for damage. So hit him. 159. 190, 160 because we've got tech support. See, tech support at the bottom is a little computer screen. In sync is the little gear symbol that's over there. That's because our turrets do it damage. If I shoot as well, now we've got orange sync damage. Now he's hitting for 218. So basically all I do is just cut loose my turret and my drone. The drone go nuts, let the turret go nuts. And everything's being killed on its own. Now, if I want to bring out the test subject, then I can just keep in sync going the whole time. You see at the bottom of the screen all the things that are perked up right now. And again, that's kinetic momentum, left and right. That is tech support because we're getting kills. And on the far right, all of those are from in sync. And notice now too, let's see what our turn's hitting now for back to 190. There's 227 again. So, really easy, really quickly, just to give you a little longer show without it. Yeah, you're not wasting the mod aircraft because I don't care about how long it takes me to get my turret and my drone back. I'm sorry, guys. We're getting comments on here as we go, so I'm just going with it. But it takes me 15 seconds to get back a turret, and the turret lasts for 216 seconds. So those 15 seconds are a drop in the bucket. I couldn't care less. 16 seconds to get back the drone. Don't get me wrong. The drone especially is going to get beat up if you're into a legendary. You jump into a legendary, they're going to get ripped up pretty good. So they are going to go down. But it's not the end of the world. You'll just get them back again. But the cool part about it is that if we damage ourselves, I mean, I'm not running a lot of armor anyway, but cranked up. You know, just sitting here as we're fighting. I forgot I made him invulnerable. Put him back just for the heck of it. You're getting back a little bit of armor over time. So if you're tucking in, you get tech support and everything else is working, you just gotta shoot once in a while. This same thing works if you want to put on all objectives and put out your pistol. You're able to just kind of hang tough. And you're still getting all the damage that you're looking for. My turrets and drones seem to want to attack those guys with turrets. Again, just in while we're playing like a legendary, it's just a chance for you to kind of lay low. I guess if you want to be safe over this guy goes over here. Shoot through some of these guys. You can see how quickly you get back. So again, that was the quick version. Again, this minute's probably about maybe 20 minutes long at this point, with me doing some of the discussion along with it. But this is just a quick, down and dirty build in order to get that. Now, don't get me wrong, too. I also have damage mods and health mods and skill haste already built into these pieces because I have them equipped. This is not the optimum. You saw some of the numbers that we got. They weren't bad. I think I saw a top of 270. I'm going to come out with another video here pretty soon, which is... I can't do it in this room. Hold on a second. There's another build that we came up with that I can't take credit for. My buddy H came up with it. But just to give you a quick preview... vulnerable. Let me get my capacitor cranked up to 40. Turn is now doing 256, 267, 270. So there's a much better version of this build. But what I've shown you with the other one is the hardwired setup is just a quick version. That's for these guys that are out there that are trying to put a build together. That's really why I did this. That's why I called it the quickie. That's why I made this video today. Running into a couple of guys that didn't have... I never saved it. Oh well. I made the quick video, or quick setup, just so you guys could see that within a very short period of time, you can put together something that you can put together a build that will certainly work with no issues and help you through some of that legendary content. That wasn't skilled. That wasn't what we had on there. Venom. Hardwired. Hardwired. Honey you. And honey you. So this is actually the build as it stands. Again, just 3-piece hardwired, 2-piece honey you, and wyvernware. If you run through the video again, it'll show you the quick, easy way to build it. Sorry, we need to put on our turret and our drone. And there you go. For anybody who wants to put together a quick, you can jump into a legendary and survive. Heroics will definitely be easy. And then also, I'm going to also do another video on doing SHD levels quickly. And ways that you can use pretty much the exact same build, but I'm going to use the upgraded build once I do that in order to show you how that works. So, for everybody jumping in, hopefully this helped you guys. Hopefully this helped a couple of people. Look forward to, again, there's 2 more videos I'm going to throw out. One that shows the upgraded version of this that I just showed you a few minutes ago. And 2 is going to be how to get some SHD levels, you know, super quick. Basically, we're going to kill some convoys, and every time we do, we're going to go up an SHD level. But thanks again for tuning in and checking it out. Hopefully this was helpful, man. We'll see you guys out there.